I first started teaching social justice, oh my goodness, 2 years into my teaching career here at Coraloo. Originally, my background was in human geography, which focused on social justice issues, but social geography, human geography isn't really taught as a course in high school, so I went into the social studies department and ended up getting a job teaching theater, which overlaps some of the issues, and the opportunity to teach social justice came up about 2 years in, so I jumped at it because it covers all the same issues that I learned in my human geography class. Social justice is huge, like social justice is everything. So when you look at it, you're able to kind of adjust the class to what is most important to you, or what you have the most knowledge on, or what you think the students will care about more, more specifically, living in the North, you're able to really adjust it to what's happening in your community, because social justice issues in Quesnel are going to be different than social justice issues in Vancouver. And so by taking social justice class, I think it gives the language and empowers students to be able to formulate their discussion, or to be able to pinpoint the reason that they're feeling uncomfortable or out of place, or what does poverty really mean? How do we, approach this? And for some students who never go on to post-secondary education, learning social justice in their high school career is the only time they'll ever have that. If they don't have those conversations at home, they will literally never have that conversation for the rest of their life. So if we don't teach it to kids at high school, I don't think that there are students who will ever have the opportunity to talk about it. I think it should be mandatory. I think that they're doing a really good job of starting social justice issues at a younger age, mostly from the perspective of charity and giving. But I think it should be mandatory for everybody. I think it should happen. Some of the issues would be difficult to tackle at younger grades, but I think that in a big way that it should be. I think everybody is affected by the media. I mean, it can be a positive force, but I think in general, I really the only people I can think of that aren't are like my parents, and they just don't use the media in the same way that most people do. So I don't think they're affected in the same way. But yeah, oh, absolutely. And you can see it with what people wear and the things they talk about, the language they use, catchphrases that come out, shows that are popular. It's everywhere. But I think social justice offers students the ability to look at social media issues, or really any issue for that matter around them, in a reasonable way. I think that it gives students the tools to be able to understand the society that they live in, so they know what's happening to them, rather than to just be passively kind of passed through from one television channel to the next, and a YouTube and a Netflix and everything else in between. You're able to stop and actually look at what's happening around you, and then see the messages and see where you stand or where you feel. I personally do enjoy teaching the media literacy unit the most, because I think it kind of follows right off the idea of prejudice and discrimination, and to figure out that you see kids starting to like deconstruct those ideas that they've been raised with about, with what prejudice is and what is discrimination, and that it happens still, even though, we're no longer living in slave times. We still have discrimination happening every day, and people are affected by it. To see and to deconstruct it right after the prejudice discrimination unit, and to flow into media literacy and say, oh, this is how we propel these ideas now, but we've convinced you it's entertainment. I like seeing people deconstruct that a lot. Yeah.